Hi, this is Eric with Diffuser.com, and in this video we're going to look at the Puzhen Aria, Young Living Aria diffuser that won't power on. A lot of customers have reached out to us and said that, hey, their Aria won't turn on. And that's a problem that we've been seeing with the new model of Aria. So back in 2018, Puzhen redesigned the Aria to look like this. The older ones have like a silver area down here with a black nub, and the new version looks like this, clean with a disc in the center. Now what's been happening is humidity or moisture gets down into this vent, and I don't know if you can see in here, but I'll post some pictures, but there you can see corrosion down on the power board in there. So I'm going to take this apart, and we have a fix right here to replace the power board, and it's sealed from water so that water can't actually destroy that part anymore. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take these feet out. The best way to take these feet out is usually with a small screwdriver or a flathead, and just sort of dig in on the corner and then pull them out. It might take you a little bit longer. I have these a little bit loose, but a flat-headed screwdriver usually takes us out just fine. Then we're going to remove these 4 screws.
I'll probably fast forward through this part. You're not watching me remove screws. So, take the 4 screws out. This last one will come out.
There we go. Take the 4 screws out, and then in order to make it easier to work on, we're going to gently tilt it over, and then I'm going to disconnect the disc. I'm going to hold this part steady, and you can go ahead and pull on this. You won't break it. It's pretty tight. And then the second thing I'm going to do is remove this board from the infrared receiver. Pop that out, and then we'll go ahead and look at the problem. So this is what's happening. A lot of customers have asked, and there's no protection on this board against water. So humidity comes in, and this is this device is made to create a ton of humidity. But depending on the temperature or whatever, water will condense on this power board, and when there's 24 volts DC on there, it will corrode extremely quickly. So this is eventually going to happen to all of these. But as you can see here, this power board is very corroded, and it needs to be replaced. And this Aria will not power on right now. So I'll show you the solution that we've come up with, and hopefully we can get this Aria working again. A customer sent this in. They were nice enough to trust us with their Aria, and we've come up with this solution. So I'm going to remove these 2 screws on the power board. Set them aside and remove this part. Then I have wire cutters, but you can use a pair of scissors. In this demonstration, I'm going to use a pair of scissors. Pull the wire out, tight, and then I'm going to go ahead in the middle here and cut. Cut with the scissors, and then set this power board aside. Okay, that's the bad one. These are the new parts that we've come up with to replace that. And what we want to do to wire that in, we just want to take this board or this wire here and split it apart with your fingernails so you can manipulate both wires here, and then take a look at it. You'll notice that one side of this wire is red, that's the positive, and one side is just more white, that's the negative. We want to match those up with this connector here. Make sure this pops open. When you get this, it'll probably have a little rubber band through here. That's just to keep it from snapping shut during shipping. And I'm going to follow the red and black on this side, put the wire with the red stripe on the side with the red wire, so that goes in here, you can see. And then the white wire, the one without the red stripe, they go into these 2 holes in here in the connector. And then we want to push it in, but not too far. If you can see the little brass teeth in there, they want to bite into the insulation. And when we snap this shut, it'll make a watertight seal with these connectors, these wires. So I'm going to fit these in through the 2 holes, go past the little teeth, and then make sure everything's straight. And then I'm going to snap it shut. And it takes a little bit of pressure to do this. You may need a small pair of pliers. I think I just snapped it, but here I'm going to make sure. And snap these 2 sides shut. It makes a little snap sound. And now, if you look, these clips are both down, and we have the red stripe following through to the red wire. The black wire goes through to the more white wire. So this connection is made. And then we just want to go ahead and tuck this up into here and have the connector over here on the side. Now all we need to do is install the new board. There's a little bit of corrosion here. You may want to clean that up a little bit with some alcohol and a Q-tip. And now I'm going to install this board. So this fits right in. And everything around these wires is hot glued, even on the other side. Any exposed metal has been addressed with hot glue so that humidity or moisture that comes down on here cannot get to the power pins. And that's because direct current will immediately interact with the water and the metal and corrode the metal or the wire right through. So we have it. This is all made out of PLA plastic. It's a 3D printed part. It will not rust and it won't corrode with the wire. So we've got the new power board in place. I'm going to tuck the wires down a little bit, give it a quick once over, make sure everything looks good, and then we'll go ahead and reinstall this into the diffuser. So first I want to connect this infrared receiver into this header. Plugs right in. Then I'll connect the disc, and this only goes in one way. There we go. So everything's connected, and then the power side, these power jacks line up with these grooves right here. I'll just put that in. Make certain that nothing's binding and give it a quick look. Everything looks good here. And then we'll go ahead and replace these screws. Now, if this hasn't happened to your Aria yet, it probably will eventually. So it might be a good idea to change this board out preemptively. Let's give it some power and put on the vent. This is one of our 3D printed vents. They have an arrow that shows you where to put these on. This is 3D printed as well. Just plug into there. This piece goes on here. Then you can move this into position. Okay, give it some water.
And do a test.
This remote. There's a button on the bottom that turns it on. There we go. Okay, cool. So, oh, and don't forget to put your rubber feet back in the bottom. But that concludes this illustration on how to replace the main power board on an Aria, Young Living Aria or Puzhen Young Diffuser. Hopefully this information's helped you. I'll put a link to this part down below in the description. And let us know if you have any questions. Follow us on Facebook or like this video if you can, and subscribe for more videos about diffuser repair and tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.